Hey guys, welcome back to your channel. Kai here from Tic Tech Toe. Today we're going to review this monitor that Asus has made available. Kind of cool monitor because it's not just a monitor, it's a hybrid monitor television. Television is such an old school way of saying TV. So TV. So this monitor television hybrid is called the MS27UC. It's a 27-inch ultra high definition. It's actually 4K. IPS panel with 99% sRGB color profile. Now for Asus, apart from its laptop and its routers, it's actually also known for its monitors, namely gaming ones. Most of the monitors that they have produced are usually great so far, and this one, it is no exception. So what makes this monitor stand out from the rest of its competitors? This monitor is the first one to have Google TV as an operating system. That's right. I know some of you might be familiar with Samsung's Tizen or LG's WebOS, and if you are like me, you might find those operating system kind of limited because they do not have that open sourceness, if you can call it that, like the one that Google has. And I've been saying this for a few years already, that if a brand wants to make a TV monitor hybrid, then they shouldn't think far because it's already there and you do not have to reinvent the entire wheel. Just make something which is there, readily available, something that people like, and make it part of the monitor's OS. And yes, choosing Google TV as the default OS, it makes an entire world of difference rather than sticking to the in-house OS that we all do not like. And I'm really glad that Asus has made this possible for everyone. Alright, so for this review, we are going to look at two parts, namely the TV aspect as well as the monitor aspect. Let's start off with the monitor. Design-wise, I think this is really looking very sleek and very modern. There is this fabric mesh that surrounds the bottom part of the monitor from the back to the front and from the front to the back, and it makes the entire overall design really nice. It even has the sound by Harman Kardon label over here. Okay, so the fabric, if you would like to know, is actually covering the speakers, and I initially thought that the entire thing is the speaker module, but when I run my fingers along the fabric, I can feel the speaker grills. It's not the entire thing, but there are just two sides to it, over here and another one over here, and they were not as big as I thought it was. And is the speaker loud enough? Well, let's have a test.
First place, it is about gaming. Yep, this is foremost a gaming machine, a handheld gaming machine where you can literally take this anywhere to game. But also, I just want to mention that you cannot expect to have crazy.
So yeah, overall it can be loud. The sweet spot for me is at the 70 marker. This is when I think the MS27UC is loud enough. Other than the bottom part holding the speaker module, the entire monitor looks slim and you can't see much bezels on it. Looking at the back of the monitor is where all of the IOs are. There's a DisplayPort, which means this monitor can be used for gaming, and I'll talk more about it later. And the monitor can run up to 60 Hz. There's also a Thunderbolt port here, which you can use to display out and use it to charge your device at the same time if you're connecting your device to it. It runs 90 watt power, which is great enough for a MacBook Pro to charge really fast. You also have a HDMI port, which runs 4K at 60 FPS, two USB-A 2.0, which are the old school ports. You also have a 3.5mm jack for your headphones, or if you want to line out to external speakers. You can also find some air vents at the back, and I love this design. It makes it look sophisticated rather than, you know, the old looking air vents, the traditional looking ones. And it also comes with a stand that you can attach at the back plate here. You can also mount this monitor on a VESA mount monitor arm if you want to. And you know what? This design at the back here creates a small nook that you can use to hide or place stuff on. So the next time I want to hide my, my secret stash, there's a place back there that I can utilize. It's a good place to stash things. And last but not least, the power port is here, and you'll be glad to know there are no power bricks to be found, which is kind of amazing. So you can see it just requires one cable to be attached to the power source, and my god, cable management on this monitor would be so good, so simple. Although the MS27UC comes with an infrared remote controller, this monitor can be accessed both via the OSD joystick underneath the monitor and the remote controller that comes with it. Just a side note, this remote controller, by default, it is infrared. So if you want to use the Bluetooth functions on the remote control, you need to pair it. So just take note on that. Okay, let's talk more about gaming. Gaming on this monitor is possible, definitely, but it can only run games up to 60 FPS. Not ideal for people who loves to have more than 60 FPS, definitely. So if you are having like a 4090 titanium graphics card, this monitor might not be for you. Now, going back to the TV aspect of the entire thing, Google TV OS has been my personal preference for a while now. And when it comes to TV, I couldn't think of a better OS. OS like Tizen, like WebOS has got a long way to go to match Google's. So which is why using the Google TV OS has been a very pleasant experience so far. And it can also mean that I can go ahead and install third-party apps by probably sideloading onto the monitor, or make use of the Google Play Store on the TV OS. Because the first-party app that's available on the Google TV App Store, it's a whole lot more than what you can find on Tizen or what you can find on WebOS. And two of my favorite apps that I like to sideload on Google TV, definitely number one will be Amazon App Store, and number two, ExpressVPN. And these are the two apps which, strangely, I cannot find on Tizen as well as WebOS. Looking at the screen, don't be fooled when you're looking at the screen and the thumbnails that are shown over here, because when I first looked at it, I thought everything looked kind of HD, not even full HD. It looks like 720p resolution, and I was thinking to myself, wait, this is a 4K monitor. How come it's looking like a 720p monitor? So once I played a video on Netflix, on YouTube, it is showing the actual resolution of those videos, and it immediately turn the entire viewing experience to 4K. So it is just the thumbnail. The thumbnail just looks very low res. So don't let that throw you off. The other thing Asus is marketing is to use this device as an all-in-one PC with a caveat. On paper, you can technically connect to two different devices with two different connections. Here's where the caveat lies. One connection would be a wired one. It could be from a HDMI, it could be from a Thunderbolt, it could be from a DisplayPort, but the other one has to be from their mirroring. Alright, so you need to use Google Chromecast to mirror your phone screen on the other side of the screen. It is actually a cool concept, but I can't really think of a scenario, of a real-world scenario where you can make use of this arrangement. Something which makes the entire thing more practical. But that's just me. If you can think of one, please drop a comment down below. So for mirroring functionality, the MS27UC, they do accept Mirrorcast for mirroring your devices. It is just unfortunate that there isn't any AirPlay. So for Apple users, you might have to look elsewhere for your mirroring needs. One crazy feature that they have included on this monitor is something which I would never ever thought I would see in a monitor. So what they've included is a multi-streaming platform function where if you attach a USB webcam, you can stream to popular platforms such as YouTube, such as Twitch, such as Facebook, and even any custom channels like Instagram, like TikTok via the RTMP. So it's quite cool, and I tested this out to simulcast on IG and Facebook, and it works wonders as expected. So if you are a content creator who does live streams and you want to stream to multiple platforms simultaneously, you might want to check this out. The other thing that I have to mention is that I have not tried out live stream for long duration, so I wouldn't know how this might turn out in the longer run, in the longer live stream, whether it's sustainable for a live stream to go on a very long duration. I do not know. But overall, I think this is a very good monitor for those people who are constantly switching between productivity and entertainment. It's just that I thought that instead of doing the multi-view of wired connection on one side and mirroring on one side, probably it would be better to do a wired one on the left and the TV viewing on the right. That way, that might appeal to more people. I'm not sure. I just thought that would be better. Because if I'm working on the left side of the screen and I have friends playing on the other side, probably that would be great. So maybe Asus, they don't want people to be distracted watching shows while doing work. But speaking from experience, doing work on one window and watching a show on another window, it's definitely something that we have been doing when we work from home, right? The screen and the display is good, audio is loud enough, although it outputs to only 5 watts on the speakers. I love that the Thunderbolt connection serves as a hybrid display and charging. And I think having the multi-platform streaming function is a welcome addition if you're going to live stream and you want to stream to multiple platforms at once. So not bad, Asus. You have surprised me once again. Alright guys, that's it for the review. I hope you like this one. If you do, hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification button to be notified whenever I upload new videos. I guess I'll see you in the next one. And probably that video will be a entirely new video in the new year. Probably. Alright, so if not, Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2025. Take care now. Bye.